Hello, my name is Antoinette McGill, and I will be discussing the classical theory and the controlling process. Classical organization theory. This is one of the best ways when it comes to performing a task within an organization. There, um, there are two perspectives in the classical organization theory, and that is the scientific management and the administrative management. In the scientific management part of the organization, it focuses on the management and the employees. The administrative management states any issues that may be concerning on how the organization overall could be structured. When it comes to performing each job correctly, management has to collect data and observe the employees and their job performances when they're performing the job on within the organization. You want to measure out the performance in order to determine the best possible way to perform each job correctly. Um, Making sure that you're picking the correct personnel for the job. You don't want to throw an engineer in the accounting department. You want someone who's going to be knowledgeable and skilled in that area. Providing, making sure that you're providing the best training possible. You want to train the staff in order for great outcomes. If you want great results, you need to have great training for the employees. Functional roles that the management should perform are having the best plans, coordination, which brings different elements, which are activities, being commanding but compassionate at the same time. Being organized is going to help you keep things in order. This also makes things go by a whole lot smoother when it comes to performing the job within the organization. Controlling in organizations. The controlling process is the fourth step in the management process. This process involves measuring employees' performances in this process, establishing the standards in order to measure any of the employees' performances on the job, looking at the standards and comparing the two from the performances, making decisions on what corrective action needs to take place, um, establishing the standards of the performances being measured. During this process, it involves making decisions on the goals that the organization has and wants to put into focus during this process. That consists of comparing the performances with the standards, comparing the actual performances that should be performed in the standards process. You want to make sure that you're observing the performances of each employee to make sure that the process is going by smoothly. Taking corrective action. This may involve determining whether any changes need to be made, and also trying to determine what needs to be made and devising a plan for making those changes. Contemporary control systems. I picked the balance scorecard. Organizations use this balance scorecard to keep things in order. The balance scorecard allows the company the ability to track their financial results while in the monitoring process of building in order to have growth within the organization. Um, Although it is a tool that keeps track of financial results, it does not, however, replace the financial measurements that the organization has in place. The balance scorecard also addresses um, the defiances within the traditional management system. This helps to link the long term strategies with the short term financial goals that the organization has in place. During this process, the scorecard gives the manager the opportunity to introduce these four processes that helps the company make very important and a very important link between the financial plan. Um, the first section of this process, it shows when the company translates their vision. Um, their vision is set in place when it comes to linking the two processes. Um, it shows that this reflects on the manager's building a concession based on the company's strategies, which in turn helps guide the right actions needed for the level. So during the whichever level the organization has set in place, you want to make sure that you have the right action set in place for the correct level. The second step in the process is communication as well as linking. The best way for an organization to work smoothly is to have the best communication possible. This in order to come up with the right strategies, you have to have communication in every level of the organization. Um, After this process, there's the matter of linking it with the goals that the organization sets in place. Um, this helps the organization to combine business plans with the financial planning. So it's stated the balance scorecard. How does it work? First, it starts with the financial perspective. The financial perspective, you want to look at how well you're doing by the shareholders. You want to look at the financial process that you have in place in the organization. So you want to know how well you're doing in that aspect. The second is the consumer perspectives. Do you like the do they like the product that you provided for them? Um, the third would be the internal perspectives. You're looking at, can you deliver what the consumer wants? Are you delivering the correct product? Um, are you delivering what the consumer wants at that time? And then the fourth is learning and growth perspective. Can you continue to improve and create values for each one of these perspectives? You should list both goals and majestics. A company's financial perspective could be to survive, succeed, and prosper. Um, Company's consumer perspective could be to uh, develop. This involves um, trailered products, looking at the company's internal perspective. The company may uh, set goals like excellent manufacturing, um, and producing new designs, and introducing new products. So instead of focusing on products that are already provided, they look into making new designs and providing new products rather than spending the time and money on different products, um, uh, old products. Um, Learning and growth perspective, focusing on new products rather than, like I've stated, improving old products. This could lead to better um, compensatory um, and processes, which boost customer satisfaction and general better shareholder returns. Um, the order of the scorecard matters when it's used correctly. It reveals long term success. So if you're using the scorecard correctly, you will be successful if you have the correct plan set in place. How is financial and budgetary control used in a balanced scorecard? When it comes to determining the cost for operations within the organization, um, coming up with new products, the company has to price every step of the project. Um, you want to look at how much it's going to cost and is it in the budget. This is an important part of the financial and budgeting process. Looking at the values and coming up with the correct calculations that would work for the company. And that is the end of my presentation. I thank you for listening, and these are my references. Thank you.